I didn't. Okay. Good day, Mike Smuts, Africa Deluxe Tours. Welcome to Cape Town. In this video we'll introduce you to Table Mountain. Table Mountain forms the iconic background of most of the photographs that you will see of Cape Town. Over on that side you have Table Bay. Just to the back is Robben Island. I'm standing here at the point of Signal Hill, which extends from the slopes of Lion's Head. Typically the photographs of Cape Town that you will see will be taken across Table Bay with the city bowl, which is the area behind me, the central city area, gardens, Tamboerskloof and so forth, and then with Table Mountain as the backdrop. The section of Table Mountain where the cable car goes up is to the right top. There's a little knob there. That is in fact the top cableway station. The top cableway station is about 1,080 meters above sea level. There are different ways to go up Table Mountain, but if you have limited time, typically if you're spending 3 or 4 days in Cape Town, by far the best way to do it is to use the Table Mountain aerial cableway. It's not only a means to an end, apart from getting you to the top of Table Mountain, the trip up there is very scenic and enjoyable as well. The Swiss-built cable car is circular and its floor rotates through more than 360 degrees as you go up the mountain. It means that as you travel up and you're looking out the window, you get to move 360 degrees simply by standing where you are. So there's no bad place in the car. As you go up, everybody gets to experience the full view. To be clear, when we talk about Table Mountain in this video, we are talking about the massive flat-topped section that is in view now, and what is basically the section of a range that most people just know as Table Mountain. But Table Mountain is actually part of a Table Mountain range that stretches a long distance southwards along the Cape Peninsula until you end right at the southwesternmost tip of Africa at Cape Point. By far the easiest way to go up the mountain is a return journey by cableway. The next easiest option is to hike straight up the front of Table Mountain through Platteklip Gorge. It's a very steep hike, but the pathway is very well kept. There's rocks from the environment that has simply been placed in a way to create stairs. Or if you're above average fitness, you will probably do the hike up in about an hour and a half. Some of the other routes, probably the next most popular one is Skeleton Gorge from Kirstenbosch Garden side. If you do the Kirstenbosch option or any of the other longer hike, it's important just to do it in a small group, just for safety's sake. It's not particularly dangerous, but if you do it on your own, you are obviously slightly more vulnerable. If it's a very hot day like today, do not assume that it will be hot at the top as well. It's always a good idea, if it's a warm day, to take a backpack with you, a day tripper bag, and to have 1 or 2 extra layers in there. Also take water with you. This is not only when you hike, it is also if you take the cableway. But especially if you hike up the mountain, you do need to be as prepared as you would be for any other mountain hike that you may be used to. It includes having a charged cell phone. However, if you only have 2 or 3 days available in Cape Town, rather do the return journey with a cableway. The alternative is to hike one way and take the cableway the other direction. The cableway opens around about 8 o'clock in the morning, slightly earlier or later depending on the season, and the last car down, or the last cars down, tend to be just after sunset. So it's a very nice option if you have a luxury of time to go in the afternoon and then enjoy the sunset, which is absolutely spectacular. It really makes for excellent photography, or if you just want to enjoy a sunset drink up on the top of the mountain, enjoy the sunset over the Atlantic and all the surrounding features. Our approach with our clients, and if you don't make use of our services, it's a good idea to apply the same approach, Our approach is to schedule Table Mountain for the very first day in Cape Town. The reason for that is that Table Mountain is weather dependent. Even on a day like today, the wind at the top of the mountain may still be strong enough to make it a safety risk to operate the very safe cableway. By scheduling it for the first event in your Cape Town stay, you have a luxury of shifting it backwards until you have a day where the weather allows for it. We very seldom had an instance where clients could not go up the mountain during a 3 to 4 day stay. It has happened once or twice, it is possible, but normally you should be okay. So if you can't do it on your first morning, you go and do whatever else you scheduled for that day, but you keep an eye on the mountain. There is also an information line that you can phone to ascertain whether the cableway is open. And then if you are within reach of the mountain and it opens up, our advice is go immediately. Same thing goes when you're out towards the Cape Peninsula or the Winelands, which takes you much further out of the city. If you can't squeeze in a Table Mountain visit that morning, then do keep that number available to phone in. So if you're at Cape Point and you hear that the mountain is open, don't drop everything, but maybe just work it into your schedule to be back slightly earlier in the City Bowl area and to leave yourself enough time to go up the mountain. We provide our clients with tickets for the cableway, but if you're doing a trip that you organize yourself, a great time saver is to buy tickets up front on the internet. You simply go to the cableway's website, you choose purchase ticket. Those tickets are valid for something like 2 weeks. So you can purchase it for the first day that you will be in Cape Town. You need to print it out and have a physical printed ticket available with you. But if you can't go on the first, the second or the third day, you can still go on the fourth day. If you don't buy your ticket on the internet, you will have to join a queue of non-ticket holders, and that queue always tends to be quite a bit longer than the ticket holder queue. Also keep in mind that if for a couple of days the mountain has been covered in cloud, there will be built up demand for going up the mountain. If it's the first clear day after a couple of overcast days, we would strongly advise that you pitch up at the lower cableway station a good hour before it opens. Take something to drink and a snack and just relax. I would advise that you leave open at least an hour on the top of the mountain, preferably 2. And then also give yourself an hour to get up because there may be queues, and getting back down again is also quite easy. If you can go up Table Mountain, really make sure that you do it. You can rather drop 1 or 2 other things. To go to Cape Town and not go up the mountain is really doing yourself a disservice. If the mountain was located anywhere else, it would have been a pretty spectacular journey and experience already. But this mountain is located right above Cape Town. It gives you a bird's eye view of the harbour and the waterfront. You see Cape Town Stadium, you see the 2 peaks that flank it, you see Table Bay, you see Robben Island, you also get to see a bird's eye view of Camps Bay and Clifton, beautiful coastline with granite rocks lining the coastline. You get to see the 12 Apostles from above as it runs down the coastline on the western side. Then you look across the Table Mountain range towards Cape Point. You can't see Cape Point, but you look that direction. You can actually see all the way to Muizenberg, and then you also look across the Cape Flats. You look towards the Hottentots Holland Mountains, the northern suburbs of Cape Town, the Tygerberg. It is something not to be missed. Really, it's an adventure, great views. There's also nice refreshments. You can have a very long walk if you prefer, or you can just take a short walk and drink a cappuccino and take in the views. Once you get to the top of Table Mountain, there is a number of pathways, some of them paved and the rest in a more natural state. Please do keep on the pathways though. Table Mountain is part of a very sensitive and very important ecosystem. Along the edge of the mountain, on the front and also at the back and on this side, the Clifton side, there are specific lookout points, although you have a view all along. But there are one or two lookout decks that actually extends over the drop off of the mountain and provides spectacular views. Okay, let's go and have a look ourselves. Kom ons gaan.
Alright, thank you folks.
Step away from the sides and let go on the handrails as the floor beneath you is about to rotate.
Leaders must get their story together.
Jacob Zuma is showing how in a country.
The pathways underneath introduce amounts of litter and a fire hazard. Keep your return ticket safely, leaving to come back approximately 3,500 feet. Facing the building, your exit.
ये कहाँ का? अभी का? अच्छा? ये? बाया? तो
Okay, now.
end of a long day on Table Mountain. Always worth it, especially the sunset. That's always a highlight. Everybody enjoys it. I never get tired of it. Last glance out the window, I have to go and catch the last cable car down. There you go, Atlantic Ocean. I spent the last bit here in the coffee shop on the top of a upper cable station. It's a nice spot. Obviously outside is even better. Yeah, very nice day on Table Mountain.
Once again, for your own safety, and let go of all the handrails as the floor which you are standing on is about to rotate. Thank you and enjoy the view.